My neighbor keeps his windows shut in the height of summer. I regret finding out why. Part 1.
People always find it so funny that even though I've lived in the same place since I was born, there are roads probably only a couple of 100 meters away from my house that I've never been down. That wouldn't be a big deal if I lived in London. But I'm from a tiny little town, really a village, where everyone knows each other. I won't say which one for obvious reasons, but it's in the English county of Surrey, and it's boring. I don't really know why I don't explore my own town much, but my mother thinks it's an Aspie thing. I know where to go, and I just go there. Going to the park for a kickabout. Head left, then go straight. Train station? Head left, then take another left. School? That was bus stop B. Head left and take a right. We were close from the epicenter of our town, if you could call it that. And as far as I was aware, there was nothing on the other side apart from a few rows of semi-detached houses. Of course, that was before I met Luke. Luke moved over from North London 3 years ago when we were both 15. His parents were one of so many couples who decided to move out of London during COVID. They moved in summer so Luke could settle in before starting 6th form, which if you're not from the UK is basically the last 2 years of school and the only bit that's optional. Me and my two mates, Tom and Liam, met Luke in the park on a swelteringly hot day, inviting him to join us for a kickabout that only lasted about 20 minutes before we surrendered to the heat and sat in the shade, pumping him with questions as rural kids inevitably will when encountering anyone new. He was a fun guy to be around, the kind of guy who would never take the piss out of you for no reason, but would roast you back mercilessly if you tried to do the same. We walked back to his parents' house with him, and I found out that he was only a couple of roads away from me. We were neighbors. His road was quiet and peaceful, with nice cars on the driveways and slightly bigger houses than down our way. I didn't tell Luke that I'd never been down his road before. He had a PS5 and his parents were really nice, so we decided to stick around and texted our parents to say we'd be back late. We played FIFA for a while in a round robin, and when it wasn't my turn, I alternated between watching and looking out of the window. The house directly opposite his caught my eye. It looked slightly older than his parents' house with fading brickwork, but that wasn't what drew my attention to it. Even though it was still a while until sunset, someone was systematically closing every window on the front-facing side of the house. I saw the same arm, its owner obscured behind net curtains, reaching out to close each window before making a hand movement that was quickly interpreted as locking it. This strange little ceremony started in the living room, then progressed to the kitchen, then there was a pause. I interpreted this as the occupant going to the back windows to do the same. Then it resumed upstairs. Before long, every window in the house was closed and locked, the curtains closed, and the house dead. After about 20 minutes, I saw a very faint glow coming from the living room windows. The occupant had turned the lights on. Part 2, coming now.